Hello guys, Shishkomu here. I would like to talk about Yomawari, that game, that little girl game thingy, the horror game thingy. And the reason why I'm doing this is because my husband hasn't played game, hasn't seen any playthrough of the game, so I have no one to talk to. While actually there's a novel in Yomawari, which is released in Japanese, and unfortunately many English speakers are not able to get to grab their hands on it, or maybe they're unable to read it, well, of course. And I don't think there's any, I don't know if there are any translation about it somewhere. But yeah, I would like to talk about it, and I can talk to my husband, and I don't have anyone to talk to, so I decided to just make a video out of it. So, well, actually, yes, Yomawari game, it's out on Steam, it's out on, I think, on Switch as well. I don't know if it's out on PS, I never really look about it, but yeah, actually, it does have an official novel. So, I don't know if it's actually, a common knowledge that it has a novel, but yeah, apparently it does. So, if you think the novel's actually about the game itself, what happened in the game, and if you think that it will just reiterate everything with more explanation about what happened that night, what happened in the game, and just that, no, actually it does offer quite a handful of new information, and also offer a new character, which is the sister. So yeah, if you already played the game, okay, I'm gonna say there's going to be a lot of spoiler. Well, of course. I'm going to talk about from the beginning to the end because I really want to talk about it. So there will be a lot of spoilers. Basically, yes, it has another character, not only the little girl. Well, in the end, you never know. You never learn the little girl's name. You never learn about it. You never learn about the sister's name as well. You just know her as an one-chan, as the sister. Yeah, but basically the novel talk about what happened, the incident, in two point of view. The first point of view is the girl, and the second point of view is the sister. Wait a minute. Yeah, imoto. So they don't give you any names, just like imoto to one-chan, imoto and one-chan, that's all. So yeah, they're going to switch. They switch between chapters. The point of view. They switch it between chapters, and they also have. What's nice is they have this little. It's not many, but they do have official. What's this? Official drawings of what happens. It's black and white, but it's really cute, I should say. Yeah, it's really nice. So I really enjoy reading it. But basically, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. Like, what can you learn from, reading the novel and from playing the game? So basically, if you read the novel, you know that everything that happened in the game all happened in one night. And yeah, the novel also tells you, perhaps you might have questioned what's this little girl doing, little girl alone, where's the father, where's the mother, and why is it there's only the one-chan, that's all. Well, actually, in the very first chapter of the book, they're going to tell you that her mother already passed away. Sometimes, the imoto, or the little girl, don't really remember much of the mother, but the sister, the one-chan, of course, she remembered a lot from the mother. And it would also reveal that actually the mother, the one-chan, the mother, was being taken by Yomawari-san. If you know who the Yomawari-san is basically that ghost who, with a white face, black body, and bringing this the huge sack behind its back. That's the Yomawari-san. Yeah, so the mother's been taken by Yomawari-san, and the sister actually saw it. or probably in an event that pretty much just like what happened to the Imoto, the One-san already, or the sister already experienced it before with the mother, and her mother was taken, and she already had that experience. And that's exactly why when when what's that dog name again? Nande? Suddenly I forget. Nandakke? What's that little dog? Well, basically, the father seems to be a little bit detached, and the father was like, Poro, yes, the dog's name is Poro. So, the father's a little bit detached. The father's, out for work all the time, never really pay attention to any of the girls. So the one who pay attention to the little sister is the One-chan. The one thing that's nice about this novel is that you can see from the One-chan's point of view, and then you'd see that she's not just a damsel in distress. She actually did something. She actually tried, and you can see that point of view in the game, in the novel, which you can't see in the game. In the game, it almost feels like you're trying to get your sisters, like oh my god, I'm looking for my sister all over the place, and you just find her in that altar in the end, and that's that. Like, your sister's just there, damsel in distress, and waiting for you to save her, kind of thing. But no, that is not exactly what happened. Like, the sister is much stronger than that. So the sister already knew what happened to the mother, because the mother was being taken by Yomawari-san, and there's also a saying that someone who've already seen the Yomawari-san will definitely be in darkness, like they'd see Yomawari-san again, kind of thing, or Yomawari-san would go after them, something like that. So there's a saying in that city. So basically what happened is that after Poro was, after Poro was hit by the truck and the little girl unable to say it, it's nice that because you can see also the little girl's feelings, the Imoto's feelings about Poro gone, and how she's in denial of what happened with Poro. And because of their distant father, their detached father, the only sunshine in their life left is just Poro. So basically, Poro was everything for both of the girls, and One-chan was also everything for the little girl, because One-chan was the one who cooked, One-chan was the one who take care of her, One-chan was the one who, do everything in the place of a parents for the little girl. So basically, when One-chan went, and she too was gone, so the reason why One-chan told her to hide is so that the little girl didn't see Yomawari-san, so that the same thing that happened to her, when her mother disappeared, won't happen again to her sister. And that's also the reason why One-chan, from the very first moment of the game, she already told the little girl to hide, and already told the little girl to not go out. That it'll be dangerous to go out at night, for children, because Yomawari-san will be there to take you, because that happened to her, and it cost her their mother. So that's why she told her, not to go. Or maybe after the little girl found her, she told her to, to just hide in the bushes. So that happened. And after that, we all know what happened in the game. Like, she went, the little girl went looking for the sister. So actually what the sister did, like, maybe wondering why the sister suddenly had, you find her shoe in the container at the factory. So basically she was taken, and then she tried as hard as she could to drew Yomawari-san away from from her sister. She's like, I believe my sister is out there somewhere. I have to go look for Poro, and I have to make Yomawari go away from my sister. So she tried as far, to go as far away as possible. And And when she was in the she actually in the factory for quite a long time. And when she was in the factory, she found a man who also looking out for something. And they had a little conversation. And although later it turns into an altercation because the man turns out not a good man at all. Although at first he also talk about, and you also learn about simple bits of pieces of the dark things that happen around the village, like the disappearance and everything. How there are so many disappearances around the village, and yeah, you find how the sister talk about it with the man, and turns out that man is the one who I think is the one who killed the women by the cliff, the one that the girl, the little girl later found, that she was being pushed away off the cliff. And the man is actually kind of deranged, also because of all the paranormal issue around the town. And after that, the sister tried to throw away Yomawari away from her little sister as far away as possible. But in the end, yeah, it didn't work out. And then it came to what happened in the game. What I like is that in the end, even if you read the book, play the game, in the end you still don't know what the heck Yomawari is. But if you read the novel, you might find that Yomawari is probably isn't that bad. Like, it's like in between bad and not kind of thing. And what's bad is instead the one in the tunnel, the one that try, to bring the little girl back. Not bringing the little girl back, trying to take the little girl over to the other side. And what's being said, like, how the little girl got her eyeball, pop out in the end. Yeah, actually, after that, the little girl doesn't only see the ghost at night, but she's eternally at night, at like the dark part of her vision keeps on seeing all the ghosts even at day. And the big sis realize it, like, my sister is over on that side. Like, my sister never really come back from that, from the altar key, from that night. Like, my sister really went to the other side because, yeah. And the big sister then kind of like swore that she would never, she would take care of the little sister better. She will be beside her all the time, because she knew, like, maybe in the game you define the big sister as knowing nothing about what happened, but actually she knows about it and she understands about it. There's also the reason why she's gone, because she knew. And at the end, although it doesn't end well for the little sister, at least the big sister was there to to be with the little sister. And I think that's fine. That's, although it doesn't wrap up like all happy end kind of thing, especially with the little sister still be in the dark what happened, but after what happened, like, still remain inside the dark place as she now sees all the supernatural being in the town, even at day, not only at night. But at least there is some kind of closure, and the little sister and the big sister does still stay with him, with her, because that's the most important thing. I think the novel kind of the novel doesn't exactly, tell a new story, but it does, patches up all the loopholes, all the things that we probably question as we play the game, such as where's the mother, where's the father, and why is the father not around, why is the sister being taken, like how the sister got into the altar. And by the way, the sister got into when she was taken again by Yomawari-san. I think Yomawari-san, I don't know, Yomawari-san is pretty strange, but yeah. And it also talks about how the women died, who killed her. And yeah, it doesn't only talk about... Oh yeah, it also talk about why the market district was demolished. So it was demolished. So why it was abandoned? It was demolished for a new supermarket being, a new supermarket to be built in place of the shopping district. And there's exactly also why the big the jinja, the big what's that, the red the god, the big red mukade, the Japanese is mukade, not scorpion. What's mukade in English? Anyway, the mukade god was actually that's the reason why it's abandoned, because people are abandoning the shopping district as it's going to be made into a mall, a mall in such a big place. So it was going to be demolished, and one of the reasons why the mukade was getting I forgot, was that on the second book? I think it was on the first book. Oh my god, I think I got it jumbled now. But anyway, yeah, that happened. It's all written on the novel. So, if you think is it worth it to... Well, I've already told you what happened in the novel. You probably won't think it's worth it to get. But if you are proficient in Japanese, you will learn lots. And of course, not only the things that I talked, like the little girl's feeling and so on, you'll be able to read it there. So yeah, I recommend the book because it's very good. It's deeper. Like you'd finally see the narration that you didn't have in the game, and it's quite good. And also, yeah, the second book is also for the second game. The second game also has a novel. I haven't finished that one, and I wish the third will also have a novel as well. There are so many unexplainable things in the game, and I think it should be, it is like how the first book explained everything. I kind of expect it will also be explained on second book, on each of the novels as well. The only thing that in the end they didn't explain is Yomawari. But I guess that's good. Because at times it doesn't have to be black and white, like this is a good ghost, that one is the bad ghost. At times, the reason why Yomawari is captivating is it's powerful, but you don't know what it's thinking, like what's it's for, what's it's doing. But in the end, it was not bad, like what you see, what it did to the little sister in the game, how it helped the little sister actually getting to the place where her big sister is, and how it's actually fighting against the god of the mountain. Why the god of the mountain? The god of the tunnel, or I shall say, yeah, that. It actually did that. So you can't, although it does, take their mother away. It did take their mother away. And that conflict is also there in the novel. The big sister's conflict of living with that kind of past, having seen their mother taken away. But yeah, who knows? Maybe it's with the god. We get with the evil god. Probably. Who knows? But that's one of the charm. I think it also talk about how the belief like Shinto and everything. The god are not exactly benevolent. They're not exactly malevolent either. It's just that they're neutral and they be who they be depending on how the human react to them. And I think that's profound as well. It proves that not all religion like God are always all benevolent. Not all religion believes that way. Some believes that the higher being probably neutral, which is also the reason why people have not to anger the gods kind of thing, and not to leave the gods because the gods will be good to you if you're good to them kind of thing. And I think that applies as well to the supernatural forces in the game or in the novel, which is Yomawari. Sounds so powerful, but in the end you don't know what he's really thinking of. And it also adds horror because you don't know like which side are you on. Maybe it's never on any side, like it's just do its thing. Taking children who go out at night because it's not good kind of thing. And it's good in its way, I think. It doesn't have to be black and white either way. I think that too provides a room for discussion in the end, and also provide a simple charm of its own by being unsolvable. Well, I guess that's all. I guess in the end this radio don't really have anything to say. Don't really have any point to say other than the little bits of pieces that I want to say. And I could have just write that on Twitter. I don't care. Anyway, I'm having massive headache right now, but I want to talk, so whatever. Okay, that's all from me. Thanks for listening for like 20 minutes something. Oh god. Okay, see you around.